Hi, I'm back. So, one of the things that I've been thinking about that I need to share is that I've been thinking a lot about getting on the heart transplant list and the idea that somebody has to die so that I can live, and that I'm dependent upon the ultimate gift that you could possibly give anybody: life, a heart. And I've been thinking a lot about who will that person be? Whose heart will I get? I know that it can be male or female. I know that it will be in an accident somehow, that person will die in an accident. That is to say that they have to be healthy before they they become a donor. You can't have a disease and be a donor. So it'll probably be some sort of traumatic event or accident is how usually it happens, and they have to be in a coma so that their organ can be harvested and procured, as they say. And I live in Texas, and so my heart will come from that area, this region. So I think it'll probably be somebody in a motorcycle accident or a car accident, but it won't be from skiing. We don't have any slopes around here. Could be a boating accident. I don't know. But this is something that I think about. I think about that somebody has to die so that I can keep living. And everybody at the hospital, all the doctors and nurses and social workers, they all say, no, that person, they're not dying so that you can live. They were already dying. And I think to myself, it's kind of semantics, don't you think? I get that they were already dying and that I'm kind of coming in the third act, but at the same time, it's surreal that I use that word a lot, that it's surreal, because it is. I don't know that I have other words for it, that I'm physically dependent on the death of somebody else. And so I've been thinking a lot about who my donor might be. I'm not even on the list yet. Another week or two, maybe. It's just a matter of time. But that's something I think about. I think about, who that person will be. I know a lot of people ask me, well, how long will you be on the list? How long will it take before you get a heart? I don't know. They don't give you any information. It could be 2 weeks, could be 2 months, could be 2 years. I don't know. I just have to wait. And for somebody who has a little anxiety, waiting for that, I don't know. We'll see how I do with it. The day you're listed, you need to be prepared that they could call you. But I know a few things will slow me down. One is I'm O positive, and so I can only receive an O positive heart. And so that limits and lowers my chances. There's also 3 rankings on the heart transplant list. There's 1A, 1B, and 2. 2s rarely get transplanted. They're on the list. They're sick, but they're not. The 1As and 1Bs go first. I'm a 1B, or will be a 1B, because I'm on home IV medication, milrinone or rocket fuel. And in fact, here, I will show you my IV. This is my PICC line with my IV, and it goes into my arm. It doesn't hurt. It looks gnarly. I kind of like the way that it looks. It's kind of like a badge of honor. And over here this is a bag that I carry around with the IV medication in it. because I'm bringing back the fanny pack, because that's really cool. And in it, I'll show you, in the bag here are, here's the fanny pack opened up, and you can see that it has the IV medication in it here in a bag. There we go. Not so good with this camera. And then over here this is a pump. I'll just show you the front of it. And boy, don't quit my day job, right? Not a camera person. But this is a pump. And I carry this bag with me everywhere. Literally everywhere for 2 solid months. I even hang it on a hook in the shower, and I wear an umbrella bag over my arm to take a shower. It's quite a sight to see. Anyways, getting back to my other thought, who will my donor be? I don't know, and it's way too soon to even think about, would I meet my donor? I don't even get to know who they are, certainly not for the first year, if the hospital even tells me. And, I mean, I don't know, I'm not even listed yet, so it seems very premature. But for the thought that I'm having now is that somebody will die, and I will live because of that. And, it's heavy duty. It's a heavy duty thought that I sit with. And I know that I will honor their life. I will honor my life. I will do what I can to take care of my body through diet and exercise like I do now. And I don't know what else I will do, but I've got to come up with something that will honor them through the way that I live. I don't know what that is yet. I don't know what that looks like, but it's something I'll have to do. There's this story of a young boy out of 16 years old, out of, I believe, Maryland, and he, African American, lower socioeconomic status, and he needed a heart transplant. I'm going to assume he had some sort of congenital birth issue. And he was truant from school, and he would run away. And I think he'd had some, delinquency behaviors. And he was denied a heart from the heart transplant committee. Because the committee makes the decision as to whether or not you can get a heart. Which I'll have to talk about that later, too. Lots to talk about. Anyways, this young boy, 16 years old, he's denied a heart. And the public was outraged. Why was this young boy, so with his life ahead of him, denied a heart? And the committee came to the conclusion that because he ran away and he was a delinquent, that he didn't have the support system that he needed so that after he got the heart that he could take care of it and himself. And the public wasn't okay with that. He's 16 years old, and kind of like, well, what if he's truant from school? Does that mean he gets to die? So the committee was overruled in a strange way, and they caved, and he got a heart. And within a year of him getting his heart transplant, he was 18 years old, and he went on a crime spree and went carjacking. And in the carjacking, created a situation or somehow, I don't know if it was like death by cop, but he was shot and killed. And I think about that young boy, and I think how tragic it is, because it's 2 lives that maybe even 3, that he really took and didn't honor. Certainly he didn't honor his own life. He didn't honor his donor's life. And then I think about, if that heart hadn't gone to that kid, who else could it have gone to? And how would that story have turned out? And it's just a thought I have. It's a very complicated ethical dilemma, because when you hear the story on face value, you think he's 16 years old. Certainly he should get the heart, even if he did commit crimes. He's 16. He's a kid. Let him live. And yet he didn't have the support system. And it probably wasn't drugs, because if it was drugs, they wouldn't have given him a heart. Apparently you have to go 6 months nicotine free before you can get listed. So they will test your nicotine, which I didn't know you could do. And you have to have 6 months in a row. So they're really strict. And I understand why, because you're getting somebody's heart. And not only are you taking the heart from this person who's passed and died, but you're also taking it from somebody else who will or might take care of it. So it's really interesting. You know, I grew up pretty sedentary American life, video games, that kind of thing, and pizza. And, you know, unfortunately, I did not grow up with fitness as like a daily or weekly life, except PE at school, which I hated. I took golf, if that gives you any indication. And I got to write a paper because I was going through chemo treatment. Oh, I milked it. Anyways, I never brought exercise into my life. And the last few years I have, and it has really become a part of my life. I've been too tired lately to exercise, physically weak, and I miss it. I really do, which I never thought I would. But I also know that it just has to happen. It just has to be a part of my life. And but it's like something I can actively do to honor the heart that I might receive. And it feels like I don't know. It's just something I can do to honor my donor, whoever that may be. I kind of joke. It's a morbid joke, but I'm like, I'm all about, you know, motorcycle rally weekend and holiday weekends, because, you know, that's when accidents happen. It's not a really kind or you know, thing to joke about, but, you know, humor, you do strange things in dark times, I guess. But it is something I have made the joke about. But anyways, you know. So yeah, somebody has to die so that I can live. Yeah. Okay. Bye.